Welcome back, fam. Let's put this in the ether. If you know me by now, you know, right, that I'm not a big fan of electrical vehicles, and I'm not a big fan of Teslas. I don't hate Elon, right? I'm on Twitter. I don't hate the guy. I just don't like EVs. I have a bias against Teslas because I think what Tesla is, right? I know some guys, if you're not into this topic, you can tune off. But for those who want to hear me, my opinion on Teslas, thank you. But back to what I was saying about Tesla. I think Tesla is something that is designed for a different reasons, right? When you look at the way Tesla is designed, right? It's not a man's vehicle, right? Tesla is not a man's vehicle. It's mainly a female vehicle. It's geared towards the female. It's a female car, right? Tesla is a girl's car. When you look at every part of the design, the convenience, right? The convenience, the proprietary technology, the design, the layout, everything, right? Why do I say it's a female car? Because when you look at female, right, the way when they approach cars, female, look, the difference between men and female when it comes to vehicles and cars, right? When guys get into cars, right, guys want to do a lot of things to the car, right? They wanna make it faster, right? They want to make it perform better. They want to modify stuff. They want to fix it, right? They want to do all these kind of stuff. That's what guys get into cars. That's what drive guys into cars, right? When you look at a Tesla, compared to Tesla, you can't do that. You can't make it faster, or if you can, but I don't see any aftermarket parts for it. You can't make it faster. You can't upgrade the battery to a bigger battery. There's no aesthetics that please men. You can't, because guys like the roar in the engine, right? They love all that sounds, right? They love a car that sounds great. That's why a lot of guys love combustion engines. And not only that, combustion engines, you could upgrade the parts, you could tinker with it, you could, it's DIY friendly, right? You could modify it, you could take parts in, put parts out. Guys, you could do a lot with regular convention cars, right? Tesla, you can't do that, right? Tesla is proprietary, everything is proprietary. You need to go to them for their parts, and then their parts are expensive, right? You go to their dealership to do anything, right? Or an authorized dealership or whatever it is, right? And it's not made for tinkering with. Guys love to tinker with stuff. Not only that, let's go for another thing on the design of the car. Guys, when you look at guys when they choose a car, guys mainly love. This is why guys like trucks, right? When you look most trucks out there, even today's conventional trucks compared to back then trucks, it's angular. Right? It's angular. It's built like a block. It got harsh angles, right? It got straight lines, right? That's what appealing to most guys when it comes to truck. Look at the SUV back in the past. It's the same thing, right? Most guys like to drive SUVs, but starting along the line, right? Car manufacturer understand that when guys buy a car, guys buy vehicles. They buy vehicles for lasting, right? They know what to buy vehicles, they know how to make it last longer. And a company understand that guys don't often when they love something, they don't often buy another one until they really have to, until the car crapped out, until the car breaks down. With a woman, right? Women they're the big consumer, right? They understand. Car company understand that the people who buy cars a lot, especially these days, especially the one who bring in the money the most these days, women outnumber men right now when it comes to incomes, right? So they understand that women, they have bigger incomes right now, especially modern day women. They spend a lot of money compared to men. Men don't buy stuff compared to women, right? So car companies are incentivized to cater to the bigger consumer, which is women. Women are the biggest consumer right now. So they have to make car appealing to women. Women love car with with curves, right? Round and all that stuff. Sure, they say it might be designated for aerodynamic to save on fuel, right? But in actuality, it comes to aesthetics. Women love these kind of aesthetics. Most of the cars today are specifically intentionally designed for women. The aesthetics, everything. When you look at the Tesla, going back to the Tesla, when you look at a Tesla, every design of it is designed for a woman, right? It's designed everything, even the back, the front. It's designed for conveniences, right? And not only that, it's intentional electric. Because when you look at the relationship between men and female and the husband and wives, when you look at it, the husband are usually the one who fill up the car more than the wife. Fill up tank both cars, his and her car, right? He had that responsibility to fill up both cars. When you look at women don't love to get dirty. Women don't love to go to a gas station, right? And Tesla understand this. All right, electric vehicle understand this. They understand that women hate to go to gas stations and fill up the car. Not only that, gas stations is dangerous to a woman, right? It's dangerous to a woman. You don't know what's lurking under there. They could be stalked, prey upon, all these stuff. That's why women hate to go to the gas station. They hate to fill up the car. That's why the husband do all this stuff for them, right? You can see most relationships. The husband fill up the gas for the car before the woman's driving, right? So the car company invest on EV, especially Tesla. They know about this stuff, so they made it convenience for women, so they don't have to fill up. They don't have to go to the gas station no more. They just plug it at the house and just charge it. It's so simple for women. It's like and appliances. What is appliance geared to? Home appliances. Home appliance is mainly appliances are geared to women to make modern life more convenient, more easier. The microwave, the stove, the blender, these are appliances for women that used to be homemakers, right? Homemakers used to benefit from these appliances, dishwashers, refrigerators. These are geared to a woman, and appliance company are improving on their appliance, making it easier for women, easier for them to cook, clean, and all this stuff. And that's what it transitioned to the car company when it comes to EVs and Elon Musk and Teslas, right? They made it more easier and more like appliances than it is of a vehicle as a transportation device, right? That's why I see what Tesla is. Tesla is more of an appliance for women than it is for men, right? Right? If I'm going too fast, I'm sorry, but I'm just, I'm trying to get my thoughts out and comparing all these stuff when it comes to Teslas. And this is why this is why most guys out there, especially car enthusiasts out there, most car enthusiasts, right? Old school guy, right? They love combustion engines, all right? They love all that stuff, the smell of it, the gasoline, is all those cars, right? This is why it's harder to persuade a guy to buy an electric car than it is for a woman. Electric car is simple for women. But the thing is, women, they're not car centric. Most women out there are not car centric. They don't understand the disadvantage about electric cars. Sure, it might seem nice at the moment, especially when you live in the city, but electric cars are not to if you were to live in rural areas, right? You live in the mountains, you live in the desert, you live in cold climates, because cold climates are not efficient. Battery are not efficient in cold climates. Battery are not efficient in hot climates. Battery are not efficient up hills, down hills, right? Because it requires a certain amount of torque, right? Combustion powers, right? And Tesla are not 4x4s, right? Tesla are not designed to be drive on rugged terrain, right? Because it's bottom heavy, because the battery's in the bottom, right? And what if you get one ruptured on the battery? That's it. A Tesla battery, if you get one fragment fractured on it, is useless now. It's damaged. They consider salvage. So now you have to shell out more money to replace the whole battery, right? But that's why it's not ideal for all different terrains. The only ideal terrain for a Tesla is in Southern California. This is why you go to Southern California or flat terrain, right? Or big cities. They're widely abundant. They're city cars. They're not cars for touring. They're not cars for long distance, right? They're not cars for going all these different terrain. They're not 4x4. They're cars for city commutes, right? Especially in California. California provides the perfect climate for electrical cars. This is why they're predominantly sold the most in California. Anywhere else, they don't sell that much, right? And this is why they're popular in California, because California, there's a lot of NPCs here in California, right? A lot of NPCs, right? This is why when you look at like trucks like Ford Lightning, right? They find it difficult to build EV cars, EV trucks. EV trucks, right? Ford Lightning have all kind of trouble. They have range trouble. They have torque trouble, right? They have technology trouble. They have a infrastructure trouble. Right now the infrastructure is not that good. Is the charging is not that fast. Right, the charging is not that fast. Right, you can say 200 range, but what if you they say a Tesla is 200 range, but what they're not factoring in is like it's 200 range on the flat terrain, but it's not. They don't factor in on different climates, different terrain. When you go up hills, your range diminishes because you're using more power. The more power you use, the more the battery died out. They're not doing that, right? The more, and not only that, when you're in that cold weather, right, or when you blast in the AC or turn on the heater all the time when you go in different terrain on a long distance, right? That they're not factoring in. And not only that, it's all electric. You have that big ass monitor, and whatever you're driving at nighttime, you have a big ass monitor. The big ass monitor. You have the headlights on. You blow out the AC or the heater on. Driving in rough snow rain, going inclines. Okay, will that diminish the range of those cars too? That would extremely diminish the range of that car. So they fitting you say, oh, it's 400 range. Asterisk. Because that's not factoring in all these other elements that's factored in, right? So it's a marketing term. When Tesla say all these terrain, I'm saying it, but they don't fill in all the bubbles that they're lacking. Because at the end of the day, it's like a food company when they put labels on the box of a cereal. They say low fat, sugar free, and all that stuff, but they're not telling you that is they have to compensate that with something else, right? Like everything else, Tesla is a corporation. They're gonna have to say things to persuade people to buy their cars. They're not gonna say negative, right? You have to look deep down in the contract, look down in the manuals, look deep down and do your own research on these stuff too, right? Don't usually do this, right? Guys are more inclined to research, look at the manuals, look at the capability, compare the advantage and disadvantage. That's what I'm saying. Like Tesla, EV Tesla is a car designed for women, or is designed for NPCs? Is it designed for men who don't know anything about cars, right? Car guys know nothing about cars. That's why a lot of car enthusiasts are not easily persuaded of buying Tesla. They revert back to their regular petroleum cars, right? And to me personally, I like the aesthetics of the Tesla. I don't like the looks of it, right? Not only that, when you look at the interior of a Tesla, they come up with this is something minor, but they come up with the spotless seats and all that stuff. When you think about spotless seats, right? When it compares to men and women, right? When it comes to cars, it's night and day. Guys like to take care of their car, right? Most women out there, they don't like to take care of their car. They like to drink the coffee, right? They like to drink the coffee. When you don't say I'm lying about this. When you go to a woman's car and a guy's car, some women they're lacking when it comes to taking care of their car. It's messier than a guy's car. I'm not saying guys' cars aren't messy. But the reason why guys' cars are messy is because they're utility vehicles, right? Utility vehicles are expected to get messy. They're going to be mud like trucks, right? But when it comes to sports car, guys know how to take care of sports car. It's clean. But when it comes to women's car, they tend not to clean their car as often as men do. They tend not to appreciate their car as much as men do. I mean, sure, some women do, but the majority out there, you should see some women's car, man. Some women's car is so filthy out there. Right? Don't say I'm lying. There's some women out there who have filthy cars. And I think that the spotless seats are a thing that scares to women, because women drink coffee and they spill stuff in the cars, right? And that's what attracts women to buy all this kind of stuff for it. That's what all this stuff is all marketing. I think Tesla is a car marketed towards women. That's what it is. Right? And personally, I think I mentioned this. I don't like the aesthetics. I don't like the curve. I don't like the curve. I don't like that. It's like a butt on wheels. I don't know, man. I just don't like the aesthetic. And all the Teslas look the same. None of them have different characteristics. All of them is the same. Right? Curve, dimension, everything's the same. Like, this car look like that car look like this car, the Model X look like this car. It's just all the same to me. There's no distinguish between each model. I mean, there's slight distinguish, but I don't see anything that stand out from each model. Maybe from the Cybertrucks, right? Maybe from the Cybertrucks, but the Cybertruck is not out yet. But it might be out by the time I release this vehicle. But I'm kind of skeptic on the Cybertruck. Remember when Elon debuted the Cybertruck, he tried to say the window is bulletproof or whatever it is. He threw up some rock at it, and the window cracked. Right, so I think the Cybertruck has a lot of ways to go for improvement. It looks like I don't like the looks of the Cybertruck. It looks like it's drying, man. But anyway, I digress. This video is going too long. It's been 15 minutes. So at the end of the day, conclusion, right? A Tesla is a car designed for women. It's woman centric. It's not a car, in my opinion, it's not designed for men because of the thing I just mentioned, right? The thing that men look for in the vehicle. But I don't know. I may be wrong. You might have your opinion. This is my opinion. But I don't know, guys. Let me know what's your opinion on it. You think a Tesla is a woman's car? Is specifically marketed to women's, right? Let me know if you agree. Like, share, subscribe. You know, I drop videos daily. You want to support my channel. But on that note, guys, I value your time. And as always, peace and blessings.